All right, so a couple things. One, whoa, okay. Had quite a night last night. Trying to positive. So I guess the big posing question here is like, am I now officially an IR guy? I don't know. I can't see myself going back at this point. I've gotten so good with this reload. The reload 2 really has made this possible, in my opinion. I think that's the game. That's made. Not only does it just sound so great, but the effects loop is nice. So, real quick, I've got on the left, I've got the rectifier in channel 2 in mod. It's just really nice. And then on the left side, or on the right side, I've got the Bogner XTC in channel 2. Very nice to me also. They're both in phase accurate and polarity. And straight in, I've just got a little EQ, which really is doing nothing, and the woodshed, no, nothing. But I've got, axe effects in the loop and everything. So, I guess here's a question. This is what I'm using. I've got this Pulse 2, which I really like. And I've just been using the same 2 IRs. I liked them. They seem to work good. I did a high cut on the app itself, and they're basically phase aligned, and it's the Owenhammer 412 Rect. It's their first mix, their Recto, their main, not even the first mix. This is the one that comes outside of the folder. This is their like, hey, this is basically what this sounds like. It's their greatest hits. And then the other IR down here is the Leon Todd LT TV Mix 7, and that's it. And I've got the same thing on both, so I'm not like doing different cabin. I'm just very now the way I set this up in the oh my god, the way I set this up for in my template is I put them in as stereos, or 2. So it's IR 1A, 1B, IR 2A, 2B, and they're grouped together. So this one now I've changed it. I called it 77 and ML. That was when I was doing the match list in the 77. But you'll see they're grouped. If I mute them, they both mute. They group. The other thing I grouped was the buses to the effects. So like you'll see here, this is the bus to, we'll do the second one. Here, we'll turn that down. So this is to the room, except they're not panned now. I don't know. Oh, because I was messing with this. Yeah. So the room, so let's say we did that. So now if you see, here are the 2 of them. This first one here is on the left side, which is the rectifier. This one's on the right side, which is the Bogner, the XTC. And now, if you'll see, if I play, it's bone dry. But if I turn up 1, they both turn up. And this is kind of, because realizing like, oh, it's like, because these are coming in really dry because they're just like the pure, I don't know, like my cab, there's more noise in the room. Not necessarily noise like bad noise, just more you can hear the room. So I thought, oh, let me do this. Went through all my plugins. This was definitely the plug-in that I liked for room reverb on my guitar sound. It's the Lexicon 22.4. I don't know if this is... Yeah, it's a UAD plugin. So this is the one I liked. I noticed like Valhalla and the IK, like it felt more like you could feel you could hear the delays more in the way that it was algorithmed. This... So, you go like this, you get a little more room just to... Now you shut it off. So we'll put on a little bit. But anyway, that's just... And so I've got this basic run of effects called... They're G effects, so they're for guitar. But you can use them on vocals. This is... the first one is Echo. Second is Room. Third is Ping Pong. Fourth is Plate. H3000, a chorus, Dimension D, and the Helix. The Helix is just a Helix patch that's set up without an amp or cab, so I can just use any of the Helix effects. And sometimes the Helix effects are a little grimier and a little not as elegant as like the UAD plugins or whatever, but sometimes they sound more, in my opinion, like guitar-y. Like they just have a little bit more like stinky grime on them, and they're cool. So it depends. From here, this is now the chorus, and again, it's the same thing. If I pan, I don't know why these unpanned. I was messing around, but here you'll see. Here's the chorus on both left and right, and they should be grouped. And you see they move together. That's just where I'm at. So I guess I'm going to ask a question. We're going to pose a question here. A little bit of room. What are your IRs, right? So I've got a lot of the good ones. I've got 3 of the Ownhammer packs. I've got this, the Recto, Ownhammer Recto. I've got the Ownhammer EVH, and I've got the Ownhammer Orange. Probably like the Recto the most, the EVH the second. The Orange really does sound like an orange, which is like kind of, orange always has that to it. So if that's what I want, I'd have it. The other one I have is all the Bogren ones, which, that's the usual Velveta guy, and I think I don't know, maybe they're more metal. There's something bright about them, and I usually I put them on and then I don't use them. I'm being honest. And they're good. They're really good. The other one I have like all of the Yorks, the open back 112, 212s, all the 412s. I've got the Marshall with the greenbacks. I've got the vintage 30s. Those are really nice. I've got a couple of Celestians, and then I have the few Leon Todd that come on his... I think they're like on his server. I don't know. I downloaded these, but this is his one that he uses, LTTV Mix 7. And I realized, chatting with him, I was like, oh wait, TV. I thought it was like a thing he did for television. I thought it was TV, like TV, but no, it was a Marshall TV Cat, which is I think the slightly oversized basket weave. I don't know, but it's basically kind of what I've got here is Recto, which is vintage 30s, and then I've got Leon's, which is greenbacks. So it's kind of like almost set up like the way my Mesa cab was, which was like an X pattern of vintage 30s and greenbacks, and it sounds... with just a little bit of that room on there. So, yeah, there you go. So there's that. What IRs do you like? I mean, yeah. tuners, man. I'm telling you. So much better, more stable, smoother. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they look cool. I mean, the other ones look cool if you like the guitar to look more 70s, I guess, the plastic ones, but I don't care about that. Like, in the heat of the battle, So we'll record just a second of this. This is with the black one. Let me listen to the beginning of that. Okay, so I know where I'm at. So now, I have really gotten used to this. I'm going to tell you a secret. I had that Pete Thorne Sir. I actually had it twice. I had it, the guitar, and I really couldn't. I don't know. It was really. There was something about it that was just not for me. And one of the things was the lower output pickup, the Thornbucker 2. I don't know, I was just like, oh, I don't know, this is bright and stringy, and it sounds sometimes more, I don't know, not so much like noisy, and I know part of why he likes it, and also maybe why he plays the way he plays, very like, he's got a very articulate, tight thing, because it really does lend itself to that, with the lower output pickups. But after I got rid of it, because it just really wasn't for me. It's a beautiful guitar. I'm not slagging on it. It's just kind of wasn't for me. I started playing my black Les Paul, and it felt kind of, I don't know, like it had it was more murky, because I had the WB Fires in the bridge, which is 14K, and maybe the way it was hitting the amp, or I don't know, but I was like, So needless to say, that now has Gibson custom buckers, which are actually, I think, a little lower output than the than the Thornbucker too. So, hey, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So now we're going to go to the Epi. This now has a custom 59 hybrid. This is 11K. So this is going to be a little bit hotter pickup. Those are the Gibson custom buckers, which I think are around 8. This is like around 11. These are Duncan 59 custom hybrid pickups. So we're just going to do the bridge, just the custom hybrid. Yeah. Okay, so here's the difference between Gibson custom buckers and Seymour Duncan custom 59 hybrid. They're in two different guitars, so this is not anything perfect, but here we go. So here's the Les Paul with the custom bucker. And here's the Epiphone with the hotter Duncans. Paul with custom buckers. And Epiphone with Duncans. Yeah, both cool. I I'm digging these custom buckers now. I don't know, like I'm hearing all this, and they're forcing me to play more articulate and a little more put together. Don't be such a slop hound, because I'm kind of a, I play a little bit like, I don't know, like Slash or Ace Frehley, like a little bit more like, I don't know, grimy. I watch like, what's his name? Sean Tubbs and that's not what I do. I'm not that guy. So and that's cool what he does, but that's not what I do. So anyway, there it is. So that was really what I wanted, I guess. Either way, that's such a great crunch sound to me. The last couple of times I used the cabinet, I didn't like it. It felt distant. It recorded in a more distant way, and I didn't like it. And also, it was loud in here. Also, I don't know. I maybe because, like all right. So there's guys that make records, especially pop guys, and they kind of mix as they go, right? They want to hear like, oh, is this synth working against the percussion? Like, we have to like work on this. We don't want to just put everything in raw and make decisions. So I was never really like that. Also, because I started mixing in Pro Tools, like when you had problems running the rig in record mode if you had a lot of plugins on other tracks. It would lag, it would hang up, it would sometimes crash, you'd have to restart the whole thing. So it just was like rule of thumb, like just let's get everything recorded. I know what it sounds like with reverb and compression and EQ, and I know what it's like to cut the lows on this and to boost, I get that. But I'm dialing in my guitars as I go in a different way than I used to. I used to not make any real like those kind of decisions because while I was playing, I couldn't hear anything. I'd have to play a little bit, listen back, adjust the knob, play a little bit, listen back, adjust the knob. Now it's not like that. Now it's like when I'm playing, like all I'm hearing are the monitors. I mean, the door to the ISO booth is open. So I don't know that I'm going backwards again. I've got this brand new Bogner 412. I'm tempted to dump it and just maybe get nothing, and maybe get a little 212, or I don't know, maybe nothing. I'm not using it, and I gig live with my Axe Effects, my FM9. So yeah, there you go. And so who knows? I've got also the open back 212 that came with my matchless, this is a 74 or 94 Samson era. I'm not going to dump the cabinet because, like, if I ever sell it, that's the rig, right? It's like mint condition. I mean, I can't imagine what that must go for. It's really nice too. But there you go. And kind of also yesterday, messing around with the rectifier and getting some nice sounds. I mean, like, okay, because really my work is not only is my I wouldn't say my work is changing drastically at all. I'm just letting go of things that I don't do anymore. Kind of like accepting where I'm at. Like I'm not doing drop tuned new metal. That's what my friend does. That's not what I do. And you know what? I never get that anymore because I don't run in those circles. That's not my world. My world is more pop and kids and country and, radio, pop rocky, indie, piano, girl rock, girl pop, whatever. So it's like I've accepted it and now I'm throwing my shoulder into it. I'm gearing this all towards that. And, Maya was here all week. She's in here. We're tracking guitars. It's a lot of fun. She's not being inundated with a 412 all day. She's like excited, like that sounds great. Like she's just hearing it. I'm just hearing it. So I think that now this is where I'm at. So there it is, man. And yeah, there you go. Right? Wow, what am I doing? Back off, you know. I've got, yeah, I like drier guitars sometimes, especially rhythm, but that's just me. A little Analog Man. A little Archer the Jeff. It just has like a wide bigness. And Maxon 808. That's it. That's the video. That's the video. The Grover Tuner's Game Changer. It's a game changer. It's a game changer.